Actually, this is the official entrance to Wildstorm. And as you can see, it's super dark in here. The lights are off. The walls are painted this dark gray. And
like we regained some of the faith. I think that the kids still like our work, but I know a lot of retailers are probably angry at us as a whole, and that's primarily because of our shipping difficulties. And at our last big meeting, we laid down some pretty severe rules and punishments for being late, and when we would solicit projects, when we wouldn't solicit projects, how much work had to be done before we even say that this project existed, and penalties for screwing that up. So next year you'll either see a lot of books come out in time, or a lot of people leaving Image as they get fired and can't. So I'm not two owners or whatever,
Live from the world's financial capital, New York City, this is Moneyline.
Marvel Entertainment fell 3 1/4 today, closing at 49.5. The reason, some people say, is because of what you're about to see.
I'm here with one of the top talents in the comic book business, Jim Lee. Jim, it's great to...
All right, everyone, we're live. Welcome to another beautiful episode of Wildstorm Wednesday. And people, I'm a little pumped. I'm a little bit happy because we got one new discovery, which is this: the Toy Fair 1995 giveaway. You had to be at Toy Fair at this year just to have a chance to get this book. And we also have the expandable superhero collectible card game, Wildstorms. We got the logos for Wetworks, Stormwatch, Gen 13, and Wildcats. Paid $1 for this. We're going to go through these. Ever since I got into Wildstorm, okay, I ignored all of this stuff when I was younger, and it's so interesting to me right now of how deep of a company Jim Lee really built, and a lot of credit goes to him. A lot. Now the Spawn Wild cards here, or Spawn Power cards, are not produced by Wildstorm. I thought they were. Looks like they're by a company called Caliber Games. So we're not going to be opening these. Well, I bought these anyway because these were $3. This was $1. I was buying them. So a little bit of a disappointment with my Wildcats Covert Action Team Toy Fair 1995 Special Collector's Edition giveaway. Because, I know you people can see this, right? It's so freaking thin. But look at this. Playmates Toy Fair 1995, February 13th through the 18th. Now, I would also say this probably doubled as a licensing manual or licensing pitch. And they may have just had like 2 separate back covers. We have J. Roth, Laura Stern or Laura Stein, Kim Clearly, a lot of women. I used to go to a lot of licensing conventions. I've been to maybe 6 or 7 of them. A lot of women run licensing, highly involved with licensing. But I had to wait in the mail. I waited almost 2 extra days for this. I got this for next to nothing, which I was happy for. And we're just going to do like a quick flip through. Nice trading cards here. And then here we go. Like that's everything. But let's get into these. Let's see what these are doing. I don't think I've ever held any of the Wildstorm playing cards in my life. Now, this is going to come with a booklet. I wonder if it comes with tokens or anything. Nice booklet. Wildstorm Order of Play. Let's have a look. Oh, these are damaged. Most of these, from what I can tell, are original artwork. Interesting there. I mean, I wonder how much of a deep dive that's going to be now. Now, keep in mind, too, we're dealing with smaller surface area. We just got less area to present the artwork on, less area to draw the artwork on. And I think it kind of shows. We got, here we go. Backlash and Grifter here, kind of cool. Crawl, Laser Light, Advanced Security System right here. That looks like that's a Stormwatch card. Kidney Punch. Join Wetworks. Hellslayer. Reorganize. This clearly Scott Clark card. No, JJ Kirby. Yeah, I'll say though, the consistency, again, I'm always impressed with the consistency for the Wildstorm trading cards. Like, how is this not Scott Clark? This Z-Lot here looks 1,000% like a Scott Clark head. Union here, Ryan Benjamin. Ryan Benjamin's good in any of his forms. Yeah, and Ron Lim, again, Ron Lim came up through Infinity Gauntlet, Silver Surfer, became a staple Stormwatch artist in the later years. Original artwork, though. We got to give a lot of credit to Wildstorm just as a production house. There is a consistency in their love. This card, the IO agent, too. I really like this card. I love the shadows. Tim Sale. I mean, duh. So it's very clear. If you work for Wildstorm during this time, you clearly got handed everything. You got handed multiple trading card sets, trading card games, action figure packaging, action figure artwork. I mean, they were a full-on production house. So we do have a shorter episode, only because we really don't have a lot here. But I really like to say 1995 was when Wildstorm made their big bet. They made a really, really big bet to break through everything. And I believe in 1996 was the Fire from Heaven's crossover. And that pretty much, in my opinion, killed Death Blow, realigned the Wildcats. It took Wildcats off-world, so there was 2 different Wildcat teams. It realigned the Wildstorm universe in a potentially negative way that they kind of never recovered from. Jim Lee's Wildcats covert action team burst onto the comic scene in 1992 as the first image comic created by comic book superstar Jim Lee. CBS Saturday morning lineup as part of CBS Action Zone in October 1994. The series is produced by TV by the award-winning animation company Nelvana. Jim Lee was born Seoul, South Korea. He earned a Comic Books Guide award. So, this just gives you a rundown of the company, some of the properties, what to expect from the action figure line. But Wildcats really always was a tough pill to swallow. Let's just listen to the picture, and we can learn a chunk from this. Centuries ago, 2 alien races were stranded on Earth. The peace-loving Caribbean, tough to say, have managed to assimilate into the human population. But the warlike demonites wish only to use the planet as a staging ground for their continued conquest of the galaxies. One band of brave heroes stands between the demonites and their nefarious goals. They are the Wildcats. Great artwork, great design for these. I mean, like this design would hold up today. Maul, Zealot, Grifter. Now, when we turn the page, we have this Spartan drawing here. And I swear to McManus, I'm not familiar with what house artist this is. This is one killer drawing of Spartan. Warblade. I do like the trading card like inserts here. Void, Voodoo, Max Cash, Mr. Majestic. So they were really making a push for Mr. Majestic. Mr. Majestic was the original commanding officer of the Caribbean force that crash landed on Earth centuries ago. He was the fiercest warrior. He escaped the remained stasis of Caribbean energy pod until he was inadvertently released during the battle between Wildcats and Demonites. I'm pretty sure that's an episode of the cartoon. Hellspawn, Demonites, Pike, Slag. So here's the interesting thing. So Jim Lee did some design work. He designed 4 turtles. 3 of them got released. The Leonardo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, designed by Jim Lee, never ever came out. Just recently, Werner Studios showed us what the prototype of that looked like. And here, introducing Jim Lee's signature series, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. From the mind of Jim Lee, creator of Wildcats, comes the next generation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The classic Turtles are reborn in a mold of Wildstorm, Image Comics superheroes. The Fab Four will be fighting alongside the Wildcats in a historic team-up that takes to the pages of both original Mirage comic book and Wildstorm's Wildcats book for a special miniseries starting this summer. That's the first I ever heard of this. I mean, like this is why we get some of these things. So some of the other Wildstorm books have more of the design work. I believe all 4 of the design pieces were circulated within Wildstorm. Maybe in Toy Fair, maybe with some of the like Tomart's price guide. But someone knows about this miniseries that really never happened. And then there we go. So everyone, shorter episode. Thanks for hanging out. Love you and goodbye.